Well, it was an extremely rainy morning, but by the afternoon it really cleared up. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was perfect weather for us to go on a nice trail ride through the fields. Robin and myself tacked up Little Man and Bud, and off we went. We had an awesome time out here. I'm going to let you listen to this little bit here because it was quite funny. He knows there's a hill coming. I know. Hold on, Bud. We're going to try it in a minute. Oh. We can trot this a little bit if you want. Hold on, let me get. Hey, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. He's pretty good, even if he has to canter. Good boys, good boys. Good boy, buddy. You're going kind of far, bud. Hold on, buddy. Easy, easy. Okay, easy. Okay. Okay. You can stop there, Robin. Can you stop him? Can you stop him or no? Oh, bud. Oh, bud. That was awesome. Could you stop him? Well, it turns out Robin had no brakes in that moment. I should have known to tell her to put an actual bridle on him instead of riding him in a hack out in the trails here, because he got a little bit strong with her. So we had a really good laugh about it, and all was fine. He's older and has some allergies and breathing issues and stuff, so it's not like he can go for too long of a period. And I'm so pleased with Little Man for staying behind and not feeling like he had to blast off next to them and surpass them. Very, very proud of him.
So pretty.
We pretty much walked almost the whole way except for that little, takeoff and a little trotting at the end. And we also let them graze a little bit, so they thoroughly enjoyed themselves, and we ended up doing about 3 miles total. The farmer has obviously planted the fields and they're starting to come up, so we are just being super cautious about riding out here and trying to stay between the rows. And it's been working out pretty good. I know we're gonna have to stop as soon as the plants get a little bit taller because we won't be able to fit in between, but for now it's working out great. You guys did so good. These boys always know where the path is to get back to home, and they were super keen beans walking back to the barn. They love, though, looking at these old hay bales and stuff over here. It's so funny. They pretend like they've just never seen them before in their lives and always have to just check it out as we walk by. But the both of them were just such good boys out in the fields today. We're super, super pleased with them. We decided after we were done in the fields that we would just take them for a little walk up the road. It is a dead end, so it's nice and quiet, and it's not too far. And it was good for them to just take a meander up the road and back. And then we ended up bringing them down to my house so I could grab a cup of ice for my iced coffee at the barn. I knew I would need more ice, and it's so great that we could just ride down there and, have someone bring us out a cup of ice. It was awesome. We went to the house. I got my cup of ice. I'm ready for my iced coffee. Yep.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, after the ride, it was time to feed the boys their dinner, and Then it was time to get them ready for bed. Had to hang their hay bags, clean out their stalls once again, and make sure their waters were all clean and topped off. They each get a minimum of 2 hay bags for overnight, and usually I'll hang one outside in the run out and one in their stall. Sometimes I do 2 in Ferg's stall and 1 outside, because depending on the weather and the insect population at the time, he doesn't always like to stand out there to eat. So obviously just trying to make these ponies happy. But their back doors stay open all the time. They're never locked into their stalls, so they can go in and out as they please, which I feel like is so good for them. They are definitely happier and healthier that way, being able to move around overnight when I'm not here. And it just makes me happy that it is good for them. Obviously, it would be nice if the horses all lived out together 24/7, but our property is all clay pretty much, and the fields could not sustain that, as noted by what happened to the field that I had 3 of them in 24/7 this last few months or so. It's completely destroyed now, even though we had done the whole top of the paddock with stone and fabric and all that. Well, we had so much wet weather and some of the fabric got pulled up at points, so the whole thing just got completely ruined. Really, really sad, really disappointing, but this way, when they come in, they do have their runouts, and they also have a nice, dry, clean spot to hang out underneath a fan if they're annoyed by the bugs, or if it's really warm out, or if it's raining. They absolutely love being under those fans when it's really hot and buggy. When it's time for bed, I pull all the bedding down from the sides and put it into the middle of the stall, or at least most of it, depending on how much bedding I have in there, so that they have a nice, comfy bed to sleep on. They absolutely love it. It smells so good with all of this sawdust in there, and it just makes it really nice for them. During the day, I pull it back up, clean it out, pull it to the side so that they can dry, the stalls can dry, but then at nighttime, we pull it down for them. All set for bed. Yep. Just poop all on here. Smile. And once Ferg is done, it's on to Stanley, and so on and so on. There's only 4 up here, so it's really not that bad. Good boy. Yes, you are, Andrew. How tiny does little man look in this stall? He looks so freaking adorable, dude. Hello. Hello. You're so cute. You're so adorable. Yes, you are, buddy. Let's see what you got here. I have one in here already. We'll look her outside, okay? He's so small that I know I'm going to have to put up a different stall guard if I want to be able to go in and out of the stall with waters and stuff and not shut the door, because he could just go right underneath it. He's just so tiny in there. It's a man for a ride today. Oh, there's a bee in there. And he was such a good dude. He was such a good dude. I'm just gonna brush him off. Make sure he doesn't have any sweat marks on him. And then we're gonna put his fly sheet back on. It's kind of dark in here. Hold on. Does that help a little bit? Oh, roll over here, but it's pretty dirty. Alright, little man. He was such a good boy today. Looking good. Brushing him off. Gonna get the fly sheet back on. Yep. Good job. Make sure you don't have any sweat marks on you from earlier. Good boy. He's looking so good. He is looking so fine. Yeah, look at that booty. Look at that booty. He was such a good boy today. Going out into the fields. And very well behaved. You were so good, buddy. You were so good. Just gotta get him some more bedding down from the sides for the night. Fill up a water for him and put his splash sheet on for tomorrow. Yeah, good boy. Little man has really settled into his new spot here in the barn. He's absolutely loving the fact that there are fans in here. There is a super cushy bed for him to lay in, and he has this nice fly gear to go out in the fields with so that he doesn't have to deal with the annoying flies. In the past, we've used fly predators consistently, and it really helped a huge amount. But this year I just haven't been on top of it, and last year I wasn't on top of it, and I can definitely tell that it's not great. So I really need to get back into the swing of things with that. Instead of using the Spalding's fly predators, we're actually using the fly exterminators from Amazon, and they actually worked so good. So I really need to get on top of that and start getting it shipped once a month, because the year that we did use it consistently, we definitely had barely any flies at all. Depending on how many animals you have, they recommend a certain amount of them, and then they just ship you a little bag, and you wait to see until a couple of them hatch, and then you go ahead and just sprinkle it around the barn area and around the manure piles, and they actually just like eat, I guess, the fly eggs and whatnot, but it definitely made a difference. Get ready with the fly sheets for tomorrow. Okay, you're so cute. Hold on a second, you're way too close for the camera. Okay, you can have one treat. Okay, watch out, buddy. Watch out, honey. Watch out. I don't know how many I have left. Hold on. Okay, you can have one more here. Good boys. Get Stanley's fan turned off. I know he's like a little treat hound. He's like, oh my god, do you have treats? I would love some of those. Excuse me, Stanley. Turn your fan off. Okay, hi. You're too close for the camera. Hi. Okay, good boys. Wow, so much quieter without those fans on. Stanley's all ready for bed? You ready for bed? Good job. Good boys. Go boys. You guys are all ready. They have water and hay bags inside and outside, and their stalls are all lovely. They're so cute. You guys are so funny. You look so tiny compared to Boone. Well, now that they are all set for the night, it is time for me to go home, get something to eat, take a shower, and enjoy the rest of my evening. Thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for the next video.